Good evening, everyone. It's Susan Kennedy, broadcasting live from the Gold Coast in Australia. Got a bit of a thing going on in my chest at the moment. It's really, really, really hot here. So wherever you are, I'm sure it's probably the exact opposite. But anyway, welcome to the show. Second week of the new year. And boy, oh boy, there's been so much going on. I feel as though I've lived 100 lifetimes in the last week since I spoke to you last. So I'm just going to share a little bit about what's been going on for me and my clients before I take the two callers for their readings. So I just have felt an overwhelming amount of grief coming up for myself, for the other I've been working with. So grief, not so much about people who have passed away, but things like lost opportunities, things like just grief for no good reason. You know, I've been sort of feeling a lot of emotion, and I've been speaking to people. So obviously, you know, I have a big network of clients, have a big network of colleagues and friends, and we're all, hey, are you feeling this at the moment? So I know there is a lot of this energy going around right now. And, you know, it's the beginning of the year. It's been a big start to the year. And the main thing is to keep knowing that all of the answers we need are inside of us. So one of the things that really showed itself to me was how reactive I've been to the opinions, approval of other people. And so I was really looking at that energy within myself to say, well, you know, I don't need to be so reactive to what other people think or do or say. And I would suggest it would be the same for you. It would be look at how you react instead of respond. So it's so much more helpful if you can respond to things after taking some time to think about it, to consider it, and then see what works best for you. And the other I guess the other big thing I've seen a lot of recently is a lot of big endings. Some of those being people transitioning to the other side and having to, I think, face whatever it is they need to face, which is usually themselves. But I just bring that because I know that whenever there's a transition, it's always hard. But I did hear this little saying the other day, which probably I want to share with you, and it was that we are born to die. And I think we get so shocked at the thought that we might die or that people around us might die, and yet we're all born to die. We all know that the minute we're born, we are going to pass away on stage. Excuse me. So I just feel that if we can have a bit of a more open attitude to it, and I know that sometimes there's tragedy, and I'm not saying that passing isn't tragic, but what I am saying is it's up to us to know that we are born to die and that the time that we've got in between is to make amazing. So it's to live your passions and to really do what excites you and to really, you know, go inside and say, well, what is it that I love? At the moment, I'm really having a great time by spending a lot of my mornings walking on the beach and try and get there just as the sun's coming up, and it's absolutely beautiful, and then coming home and swimming in my pool. And I've got this thing at the moment where I'm just releasing everything that doesn't serve me as I float in the water. Now, even if you don't have water to float in or a pool to swim in, you could still do a similar exercise every day. Perhaps when you're showering, you could have a little process that you go through, or a little, which is what mine has become, where you actually consciously speak to the universe out loud or in your mind and say, I now let go. You know, I let go of anything that's holding me back. I let go of any fear around abundance or lack. I let go of any old resentments or anger or shame or blame. So I'm just constantly saying that, and also saying that I open myself up to the divine flow of abundance, to all the goodness that's out there. And as you do that, you'll see that your world starts to move in a much more easy way and things come to you more with ease and grace. So the show is Living and Loving Life here on the A1R Psychic Radio Network. So the whole thing I'm about is learning how you can live your life with absolute joy. So I hope that helps. Now I'm going to take my first caller, who is Vivon in Fort Worth, Texas. So,
Hi, how are
how are you
you?
today?
I'm sorry?
I said, how
Can
are
you
you
hear me?
today?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing really well. How's your weather down there? Because I know that the USA's had a big cold snap.
It's warming up here in Texas, and then there's another front coming in Thursday, I believe.
Okay, okay. So how can I help you today, Vivon?
I was wondering, are you a medium of or are you a medium? Sorry.
Yes, I am a medium, yes.
I was wondering, is there a spirit or a ghost named Jonathan that you sense around me?
So you have someone called Jonathan in Spirit World?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So would this person have had some issues around their stomach area when they were alive? Or something
Uh,
the bowel?
I'm
Or
sorry.
in the bowel? Or in the bowel?
I really didn't know him that well, so
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't know if he had stomach issues.
Okay. I just feel like as soon as you mentioned his name, my sense was that I had a lot going on inside my bowel area. But, I feel that this is someone that you've been, oh, I can sense him, and I'm just trying to work out why, what the energy is around him. He feels to me that he was someone that had a great faith in life. And yeah, I mean, I get the sense that he is around you, and it's almost as though he's guiding you in, you must have a decision to make at the moment or a new opening. Is that correct?
Um, I'm not sure. Is it work related or is it something else?
Well, I mean, in my mind, when we're working with mediumship, and it's a little bit more difficult over the airwaves as well, but I do sense him almost sort of saying, um, I just get the sense of him as being someone that is not so much trying to steer you away from something, but is just making you aware of any opportunities that are coming up so that you consider it carefully. And I also feel, would you be right with him that I know Jonathan's a very English kind of name, but is he Spanish or something? Or is there some sort of, I just see him as someone that's got, to me as I see him, he's all dressed in white and he's got this beautiful hair. So I know that his hair would have been really significant. Would you understand that?
Mhm. He wasn't Spanish. He was he's a white guy, and um like he had
Yeah, I'm
European
not saying
background.
Spanish, but he appears. Yeah, I just get the sense of, in my words, I would say swarthy. Someone that was. He feels like quite a charmer, anyway, is how I feel him, and I feel like he would be someone that is very sharp in his mind. It's almost like I can see Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean in my mind when I think about him. So I do feel him around you, and I feel that he's there just watching over, especially what you're doing, and it feels around either work or money that, I just sense that sense around you. Um, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not, I have to be honest, I'm not tuning in much of a big way with him. I don't feel like there was a big connection with you with him. Do you understand that as well?
I see.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't really know him that well. 'Cause
Yeah. Yeah. So, when we say someone around you, I get the sense of him in the spirit. But do you feel bothered or something? Do you feel that there's the presence of him around you and you're not comfortable?
oh no, I'm
Oh,
fine with him.
yeah. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
uncomfortable or anything, so I'm not worried.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, as I said, I sense the energy of him. I feel like he's a young man when he passes. I don't feel like he's in any way old. And I just know that he's doing, it seems like in his lifetime he was here to serve. I sort of get the energy of almost entertainer or someone vivacious in life. And I feel now the message in a way for you is to just keep focused on what you need to do. And I just get the sense of new doors opening for you this year. So I feel that you're in a big year of achievement. So there feels to be a lot going on around you, around the workplace. So what's your date of birth, Vivon?
February 12th, 85.
So, okay. 18, 23, 25, 27, 29, 29, 245, 7. So this year is your year where you really question everything, is what I sense with you. And I know in a lot of ways it's just about you becoming very aware of what, your spiritual path and where you want to go. So I feel that you must be involved. Are you involved in the spiritualist church as well?
I was born and raised Catholic, but I'm
Catholic.
kind of, I was born and raised Catholic, but I'm more spiritual. I
just have a sense of more of that energy coming in for you, dear. Yeah. So is there any other area you wanted me to look at for you before I take the next caller?
I think it was just the Jonathan spirit.
Yeah. I don't sense any distress from him. So, in a sense, I would just talk to him in your mind, because I don't feel any great sense of unfinished business with you and with him. So, knowing that he's around you, have you had things moving in your house or something as well?
No, not really.
Okay.
I don't see anything like that kind of activity.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm very, I don't. This is me at the moment. I don't have a strong connection with him right now, so I can't say that I do if I don't. I just don't feel, I can see him psychically. I sense him, that he is there, because obviously people in the spirit world are always around us. But I just feel at the moment, the big thing I get for you is that this year is about you recognizing your spiritual path and what it is you believe, questioning your purpose. And I feel for you, it's taking more time out and it's getting involved with your spirituality, and it's doing a lot more training and education around the things you want to do. So I just feel that if you sense him around you, it feels in a friendly way and it feels in a positive way. So I think I'll leave you with that, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's good. You're good. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Vivon. You have a great night.
It's nice time over here, yes.
All right.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, all right. Thank you, bye-bye. Okay, spirit world aren't always there to be dialed up sometimes, and when we're psychics and mediums, we can tune into the energy of them, but we can't always summon them on demand. So we do our best, and it is live radio, so always interesting to be live. So I've got Tracy now in Brick, New Jersey. Tracy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
How's
okay?
life for you at the moment?
I just want to make sure you can hear me, because the gentleman said he had trouble hearing me earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now. As soon as you spoke up,
good.
It came through loud and clear. Yeah. Yep. How can I help you, Tracy?
Hi. So, I have just a couple of questions. So,
yeah.
One is more of a medium question. I just want to. I'm pretty sure I know who's around me, but I just want to make sure who you sense that's around me, spirit-wise.
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing I got when you came on, I feel that there's a gentleman in spirit around you, and he feels as though he's been either in the armed forces or the police force. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah. The sense I have with him. Sorry?
There might be two.
Okay. Well, I have a very strong sense of the gentleman in the armed forces. I know, that's how I see him. And then I really got another lady who feels as though she is either very shy or very sad at the end of her life. And I feel that this is probably either grandmother or mother. Would you know that?
Well, I have two grandmothers that passed. I don't remember. One of them might be a little sad.
Yeah.
I don't know if the other one was. I don't know. I mean, who's happy when they pass?
No mother in spirit or lady that passes maybe with depression or feels, because I feel like she's standing back a lot. Would you understand that?
I think that might be the grandmother on my father's side, possibly.
Okay. And I also feel, because I feel around you, the gentleman that's in spirit is probably the one that wants to sort of come forward more. So is this your father?
Yes, probably. Yeah. That's what I said. I know he's already around me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I sensed your father there, and it's I feel he was a very upright man. I know that I just get the sense he was a very proud man, and the energy of actually verbalizing a lot. I just feel he's very polite. He's very, it's like saying, "Hey, Susan, I'm here. I want to speak. I'm here." And I know that he was, a very beautiful man is how I see him. Now, did he have some problems with his eyes? Do you know? Well, you wouldn't know. You're his daughter.
It's so weird that you say that. I was just talking about that today to someone. About his. That's not what he passed away from, but I went to see the eye doctor today, and I just mentioned that to him about my father's eye issue. That's so weird.
Yeah, because he just showed me that, because I was just seeing, and it was almost as though it was something significant. I know that he didn't pass from it, but I know he shows me that.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. I guess it's a sign to tell me, he was there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I feel as though with all what you're going through, I feel your father would have said, check this, check this, check this. And again, I get that sense with him of being someone that wouldn't, not so much take no for an answer, but he was a very strong man, is how I see him. That he was was he the one in the army, by the way? Is he in the regiment?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes complete sense then, because it's almost like he's giving me a list and saying, well, you've got to tick this off, tick this off, tick this off, and so I know that, he is around you. Wow. I feel he's actually speaking to you quite a bit too. I feel that you actually got a sense of him, and even it's as though you feel a whisper on your face or a hair on your face when he's around. So if you get that sense, I feel like he's there wanting to make that connection. And
sometimes I just want to ask you a question, because I actually went to the eye doctor today, of course, because I need glasses, but every so often I see, and I don't know if it's him or if it's just they checked out my eyes. They said I was perfectly fine. As far as floaters or anything like that, there's absolutely nothing going on. But every so often, I see underneath me this tiny little flash of light. Just goes really fast, just a split second.
Yeah, it's so when I'm working, and as a medium, when you're working, and even you don't have to be a medium to see it, but it's almost like a flash of blue light. So you see, it's like a little flash, and whenever I see that, I know spirit are actually really trying to make their presence felt and seen.
Okay.
So it's because everything's electromagnetic energy. So you'll find, it's almost like this purest form of energy that they're in. And when someone from the spirit world comes down to, or, is trying to communicate with us, they're lowering their vibration, and we're trying to raise our vibration so that those two vibrations will meet. And I know that when you see that, it's that reminder because I feel for you that have you got a dog?
Yes.
Because it was as though when I see that light, I've got to follow my intuition wherever. It's almost like the dog was taking me in a certain direction. So I know that when you'll see that, it'll almost be at a time when you're maybe questioning something, and it's as though you have to really follow your direction and say, okay, this is the way I need to go, because I really feel that's what your father's all about. What else with him? Now, did he have problems as well? Teeth, false teeth or something?
You said false teeth?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he had missing teeth.
Yeah, I'm sort of pointing. I'm actually pointing to my face. No, I'm actually pointing to my face. I feel on one side at the back there was either something going on.
In the back of his tooth. Yeah, there was bridges. I think he had there.
Yeah. But so I know that he's very much wanting to make that connection with you, and to let you know that he's walking alongside this journey, and he's opening the doorways for you, because it feels as well with, the sight thing. I know that you've had concerns about it, but I also feel at this time you're doing a lot more around your health as well generally. I feel there's a lot going on around your health where you're sort of bringing yourself back into alignment, let's say. What else can I tell you with him? Tells me that you were very strong. I feel you was strong, but I feel you're as strong in the sense of you have your own mind.
Yes.
He says that in a very joking way. It's almost as though, well, she wouldn't listen to me.
I say the same thing about him too.
Yeah, because I get that energy, it's but she wouldn't listen to me, anyway, but he's doing what he can, and I feel like he's just this amazing, amazing person that was always very focused is how I see him. I do know towards the end of his life, obviously, as we all do, I know that there was a lot of issues around his physical body, especially his back area, and it feels like his knees and his legs, but I know that he kept up a really strong sense of who he was. So I think you're very blessed to have him around you. Sorry?
No, I said he tried. He tried.
He tried. Yeah.
Very rough.
And and I see that because I see an element of other stuff there with him which you would understand, and I know that it wasn't easy for him, and I don't feel it was easy for you. I do have a strong sense of that you're still very, very connected, and even though he's gone, he does as much as he can to let you know that he is around. What else want I tell you about that?
I think he's around me more than the rest of my family.
I think so too. He feels a lot more present than the rest of your family around you, and I feel in a way that's just because he knows how much like him you are, and also I know that there is a sense with him, even though it may not be true, but there's a sense with him that he felt like he could have always done more, and I feel you would understand that. Yeah. So he's very much, I feel, playing the part of protector, and dad. He's being dad while he's in spirit. And I do feel, I don't know whether you listened to me at the beginning of the show, but what I was saying is, really feel at the moment there's been a lot of grief energy around, I've found, since the beginning of the year. So we had the massive supermoon about a week ago, and even in my own life, grief that I thought I dealt with has just been overwhelming, and it's almost as though I thought I dealt with it, and yet there's another layer of it. So I feel if that is happening to you as well, it's just about acknowledging it and sitting with it and allowing it just to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you're very much in the same way of getting on with things. Would you understand that's how it's been for you recently?
Yes. Yes, yeah. I went through a period, and I think it was, well, it's a long, I don't want to get into too much detail.
No,
I mean,
I know where you're going.
Hours and hours of the show, but I did get to a point where I was able to, I think it was the sickness that was the saddest part. Not so much his, I mean, of course I miss him, but I think when I used to think about the sickness and all, just him being in pain, I think that was more painful.
Yeah.
And now I've gotten to a point where we can talk about him and we can laugh and we can joke. And, it's a different phase.
It is a different phase, and it's that phase of understanding, I mean, it's the hardest part when we've got someone that we love who is in pain is that we want to be able to fix it, and we can't always fix it. And I feel, it really makes me aware that there was a lot of things within his sickness where he wasn't healing properly either. So I'm not sure if there was diabetes there, but I've got almost like a sense of a leg ulcer that didn't heal. So I know that there would have been a great deal of physical pain that he went.
That's exactly what started it all, the leg.
Okay. Yeah, because I got the real pain as I was talking to you, and I know that that's his way of making me aware. Sometimes I really am amazed at the way Spirit do communicate, that when they are there, they're there.
I'm freezing.
Yeah.
I'm actually shivering right now.
Are you?
I literally am, and I have every single window closed, and it's like 70 degrees in my room, and I'm shivering.
Yeah, okay. Well, the thing is, I know that your dad is loyal. I just get that sense of loyalty. I get a sense of uprightness, and I get a sense of that there were fun times, even though there were hard times as well. So he wants you to remember all of that and just wishes you, joy in this next year that's coming for you, because I feel there must be a lot of energy either around grandchildren or children that's really bringing, you a lot of joy, a lot of reconnection there is what I feel. So unfortunately, we're just about out of time, so I'm going to leave you with that and wish you the very, very best.
I have one question for you. Can I ask one question?
I'm so sorry. I do private readings, so you can contact me through Facebook or through my website, but we're 20 seconds down or 10 seconds to go, so I do apologise. But your dad, very much happy to make the connection, and I wish you all the best. So that's the show for this week, everybody, and look, seeing you again next week on A1R Psychic Radio. Have a great week, and don't let that grief get better of you.